All right, so we're talking linear relations. Guys, if you notice, the first 4 letters of linear is line. Everything we do today is going to be a straight line. That's why it's called a linear relations. We can always represent a straight line written as y equals x. In a moment, we'll see the classic equation y equals mx plus b. It looks like a straight line like this. Hey, guys, would you say this line has a positive or a negative slope right here? Good. Why? How do you read a line? From where to where? Yes. So write that up here. We always read lines left to right every single time. So when I do read this left to right, I know that this guy has a positive slope because I'm reading it left to right. And that's really, really important because then first thing that it's going to ask me to do is just calculate the slope of a line from a graph. And this is also really, really easy. Guys, from pre-algebra, you always figured out that the slope was rise over run. When we find a slope, I'm going to put 2 little notes here. No decimals ever. However, we would always simplify if possible. So I would never want to write the decimal like 0.5, for example, for my slope. But if I did get the slope of like 4/8, I wouldn't leave 4/8. I would want to make it 1/2, simplifying it. Okay. Rise over run, that's how we're going to figure out the slope. So if I'm looking at number 1 here, I need to start left to right every single time. And so I'm going to start at this leftmost point. I'm calculating my rise over my run. I'm going to start here on the left, and I'm saying, okay, from this leftmost point, I have to travel to the right. I'm moving up 2 spaces, so that's my rise. I rose 2 spaces positive because I went up. I'm running to the right 1, 2, 3. So my slope is going to be a 2/3. I can't simplify it. That's it. No decimals. Don't say 0.666 repeating. It's 2/3. Very easy. You're counting. Okay. Let's look at number 4, okay? On this guy, same thing, left to right. If I'm starting at the leftmost point over here, rise over run. Now you're moving down, okay? If you're starting here, and again, left to right every time, you're moving down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. When you move down, it's negative. You're moving over to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this time your slope is -5/5. You could say -1/1, which is just -1. Rise over run. Okay. Everyone, I hope, remembers doing this at some point. Pretty easy. Okay. I want you guys to try numbers 2 and 3. Really quick, just numbers 2 and 3. So I want you guys to go through and do 2 and 3. And if you don't have a calculator, get a calculator. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Ryder, did you get anything for number 2?
For number 2, I got -1/2.
Okay, rise over run, -1/2. Let's see, we go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So -4/1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, and then you simplify to -1/2. Perfect. Always simplify if possible. Remember, we're always traveling left to right. You could also just like look at that and see, yes, it needs to have a negative slope because you're going left to right. Very good. Okay, how about number 3? Dawad, did you get a slope for this one?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
7/2.
7 over 2. Let's see. We go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 over 2.
Yeah.
Careful with the counting. So 4 over 1 or just a 4. Okay?
Wait. Is 4 over 1 still right?
Oh, yeah. If you want to say 4 over 1, that's fine. Or you could just say 4. Both are acceptable.
You just can't say something like 3.5.
Right. You just can't say like 3.5. So like that was also like over here on number 4. You could have said, like I'm just going to go here. You could have left it as negative 1 over 1. Or you could leave it as negative 1. Both are okay. Okay. Let's look at 5 and 6. Okay, really quick. This line right here. What type of line is that? Do not say straight line. Horizontal. Do me a favor. Write the word horizontal above it. Yes, it's linear. Yes, it's straight, but I don't want that as the answer. Okay. Does anybody remember from back in the day? Brayden, flip that upside down. Does anybody remember from back in the day? What's the slope of a horizontal line? It is 0. Okay, so you can put 0 here. But here's what I want to show you, and here's what I want you to do. On your horizontal line right there, I want you to put 2 points on it close together. Don't do them too far apart. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 1 there and 1 there. Okay, you put 2 points on yours. Wesley Tucker. I'm going to find the slope just like we've been doing, rise over run, okay? Now, everyone we've done so far, numbers 1 through 4, we've traveled from the left to the right, and I'm going to do the same thing. If I start at this left point, how many spaces do I need to go up or down to get to this guy? 0. And no matter where you put your points on your horizontal line, the answer should be 0. You're going 0 spaces up or down to get to that second point. Now, here's where we might be different, where you put your point. For me personally, I'm going 0 up or down, but for me, I'm going 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right. So my slope is 0 divided by 3. Now, for those of you that have your calculator out, somebody help me. What is 0 divided by 3 in the calculator? It is 0. Okay, so I want you to, on your notes, write this fraction down. 0 divided by 3 equals 0. And I need you to know that if it's a horizontal line, your slope is 0. Okay, number 6. Let's highlight or just kind of know this line. What kind of line is this? Don't say straight. Don't vertical. Okay, does anybody remember what type of slope is a vertical line? Ryder, do you remember?
I know it's not here. It's something else. It's like
Okay, let's do rise over run. Okay, pick 2 points on the vertical line. Don't put them too far apart from each other. So I'm going to go here and here. Okay, now if I do my rise over run like we've been doing, and what's kind of strange is there's no left or right. You know, obviously where one's on top of the other one. If I start top to bottom, so if I'm here, I go down 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So my rise, I'm going to say, is -4. I'm traveling down 4 spaces to get to the other guy. So if I'm here and I move down 4, do I need to go any left or right to get to the point? So my run is 0, right? In your calculator, do -4 divided by 0. And tell me what you get. Where's your calculator? Somebody with a calculator. Error. You get error. That means your slope is undefined. Okay, so here's what has to be in your notes. That if you have a 0 at the bottom, you guys, yeah, your calculator spits out error. That's because the slope of a vertical line is undefined. You guys, from 8th grade pre-algebra to algebra 2 like these are the two that students get mixed up all the time. Horizontal, vertical. Horizontal lines have a slope of 0. Vertical have a slope that's undefined. Do what? Okay, let's move on. Now, I feel like this is kind of as easy as it gets because all we're doing is counting. Rise over run. We could probably teach elementary kids to do this. The next thing we're going to do is look at the slope formula. Here it is. Write it in your notes because I'm not going to give it to you on the summative. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Another thing I want you to write in your notes underneath that little box is that you should always label the points first. This is a really good habit to get into. So now they're not going to give me a graph. I'm not just counting rise over run. I'm going to use the slope formula. You all have done this before. If I look at number 7, the first thing I'm going to do is label the first ordered pair x1, y1. I'm going to label the second ordered pair x2, y2. Now I'm going to use my slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I'm going to plug my numbers in. In the numerator, y2 is 14. Minus y1 is negative 6. In the denominator, x2 is 2 minus x1 negative 8. Guys, we've seen this so much. Minus and negative. We know what happens. Minus and negative switches up to become a plus. So as we move through the numerator, 14 plus 6 is 20. My denominator, 2 plus 8, gives me 10. So 20 over 10. You could say 2 over 1 and leave that. Or you could simply say 2. Both of these answers are okay. Okay? So whatever you want to go with there. Again, you should remember doing this at some point. Okay? Let's do one more together. Let's look at number 9. Label the ordered pairs. x1, y1, x2, y2, slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You know, if you get in the habit of labeling those ordered pairs, it makes it really easy because everything then is organized. 2 minus negative 6 all over 5 minus 5. We see the minus and negative again in our numerator. Minus and negative is going to switch up to plus. So it's 2 plus 6 is 8. 5 minus 5 is 0. Again, what happens with 0 in the bottom? Error, which means undefined. So this is going to be undefined. And actually, let's talk about that real quick. Yes, the calculator says error, but your answer is undefined. The slope is undefined, not error. So don't say error for the answer. You guys try 8 and 10 real quickly for me.
Well, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why was 7? Why did all the stuff get positive? Why was it positive?
Oh, because it was 14 minus negative 6. So minus and negative switches to plus. In the denominator, 2 minus negative 8, minus and negative switches to plus. So try 8 and 10.
Review that block day.
Yeah, we are. All right, let's take a look at this. Tucker, on the first one, what'd you get?
Negative 3 over 4.
X2, Y2. Let's see, negative 13 minus negative 7, 16 minus 8. So we get negative 6 over 8. Yep. And you simplified. Very good. Tony, did you get anything for number 10?
No, I can solve this.
All right, help me out. Hey, guys.
-1 plus
Yeah, what's that?
It's gonna be 0.
Okay.
And then that's gonna be 11.
And what's 0 over 11? So what's the slope?
0.
Yes. 0 up at the top equals 0. Okay. Dylan, come back in. So what do we think? Easy, okay, hard? Okay. All right, moving on. The famous, everyone in this room should know slope-intercept form. There it is. Now, hey guys, see how it says or? They give you another one in function notation. We looked at function notation last week with all of our f of x. So the other one would be f of x equals mx plus b. Okay? M is our slope. B is the y-intercept. Guys, again, we have been doing this since pre-algebra. After you write that down, I want you to turn it over to the back. We're going to practice graphing, stuff you've been doing. So let's look at number 11. Look at your directions. They want you to identify the slope and y-intercept, then graph. So one thing I encourage students to do is write y equals mx plus b either below your equation or above it. Because if you do that, guys, it makes it like such a no-brainer. I can clearly see, oh, my slope is 2 over 5. That's the rise, that's the run. I can see very clearly, oh, my y-intercept is 7. Okay. As far as graphing goes, and by the way, you need to do that. The directions said identify the slope and the y-intercept. So it did want me to label that out. When I graph, we begin with B. We start with the y-intercept. The y-intercept goes on the y-axis. So on the y-axis, I'm going to start with a point at 7. Okay? I have a little bit of a problem because my slope is positive 2 over 5. That would tell me from here, go up 2 over 5. Now, I could add another little tick mark up there and go over 5, but a lot of students don't like to do that because I don't want to go off the graph. Does anybody think you could tell me an option, Erica? You could like reverse this order. So normally this would mean go up 2 and go to the right, up and right. You could reverse everything, which is what I'm going to do. So instead of going up and to the right, I'm going to go down 2, and I'm going to go left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where I'm going to land the next point. That'll still keep me on the same coordinate plane. So sometimes I need to do that to fit my line on the given coordinate plane. You can reverse the order.
You don't have to do that then?
You don't have to, like if I wanted to add the tick mark here, go up 2 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have done that. It would just put me off the graph. So you could, if you wanted to. You could. Okay? Positive slope here. Let's take a look at number 13. We're just going to take a look at some of these odd ones. Okay? Again, I always like to write y equals mx plus b right below it. When I look at this one, Braden T, what would be the slope here?
The slope?
Yeah.
-5.
Nope. Try again.
Negative 1 over 3.
Yes, the slope is m.
50-50.
All right. Erica, what's the y-intercept? Yes. So we begin with B. You start on the y-axis. Now your slope is negative 1/3. So that says, hey, move down 1 space and right 3. We have plenty of room on this coordinate plane to do that. Down 1 over 3, and we connect those points.
That is left, it's negative.
Nope. It's always right. You always run to the right. The only thing I do different is up or down. And now I know the last time I did go left, that's because I was reversing everything. But typically it's just, this is going down, this is right. I always run to the right. That last question was an exception just because I needed to fit my graph in, so I had to reverse everything. Okay. My line is very crooked, so sorry about that. All right, let's take a look at this last one. This is that weird one. I want to put a little note off to the side, and I want you guys to do the same. F of x equals y. If you see f of x, it's the same thing as y. Don't let that take you off your game. That still means y equals mx plus b. Okay? So in this one, Kyle, what would my slope be?
1 over 2.
Good. That's rise over run. So that would mean go up 1, run right 2. Okay, this is a little tricky. Kamaya, what do you think the y-intercept would be? Good, 0. Guys, there's nothing over there. That's like saying plus 0. So if you don't have anything there, your y-intercept is a 0. So we're going to start at 0 on the y-axis. And from there, I'll go up 1 over 2. Rise 1, run right 2. Yeah. Okay. You guys take a moment, and I want you to do the even ones for me. Try 12, 14, and 16. Yep. Don't forget, too, each one of these wants you to identify the slope and the y-intercept. I'm just going to start to kind of go through these. You guys can check. Don't forget for this number 12 class, if there is no number in front of the x, it's a 1. So here my slope is -1 or -1 over 1. Your y-intercept is a 2. Okay. So that should be your number 12 if you want to kind of check in. Y-intercept is a 2. Slope is a -1. Are you guys feeling pretty comfortable with this? Like, is it kind of all coming back? Yeah. You guys know you've done this before. Okay, looking at number 14. Y equals mx plus b. Alan, what's the slope here? And the y-intercept? Yep. So I start at 1. I'm moving down 4 spaces over 1. That's it. All right. And number 16, Sarah J. What's the slope on this one? And the y-intercept? Good. So we start at 2. We go up 5 and over 6. Everyone good? Yeah. Questions at all? Okay, I need you to put one last final thing in your notes, and it's something that's going to help you remember horizontal and vertical very, very well. So let's take a look down here in this little horizontal vertical box. You might even need to go outside of it a little bit. Okay, here's what I want you to write for me. It's this little acronym. We're going to write HOI, VUX, okay? The H stands for horizontal. The V stands for vertical. Okay? So we're going to start with that. H is horizontal. V is vertical. Okay? Now, on the very front page of your notes, by the way, we talked about horizontal and vertical lines, and we talked about the slopes of horizontal and vertical lines. What's the slope of a horizontal line? Flip back over if you don't remember.
Horizontal is this one.
Yeah, what's the slope of this line?
Oh, 0.
0. So see this O in hoi? That's representing the slope of a horizontal line. It's 0 when Brooke comes back. Okay, now for vertical, we also talked about that on the front of this page. The slope of a vertical line, that's this U. What's the slope of a vertical line, guys? Yes. So this is like a little acronym to help you remember everything about horizontal vertical lines, hoi, vux. Now the last letter, the Y in the X, we're going to use that right now. The Y is going to help me remember the equation for a horizontal line. It's just Y equals and whatever number it cuts through the Y-axis. Similarly, the X is the equation for a vertical line. It's X equals and whatever number it cuts through the X-axis. And so if you remember this little acronym, hoi, vux, it's really easy, guys. Horizontal, vertical lines, SAT, ACT, yes, this is very helpful. So let's take a look at what we have happening on number 17. Honestly, all I really need to know when I look at this is I have to ask myself, what kind of line is this? Is this a horizontal or a vertical line right here? Okay, that's a vertical. And so since it's vertical, what's coming to mind is that VUX. The equation for this line is going to be X equals and, well, what number is this cutting through the X-axis at? What number?
3.
Is it 3 or is it negative 3? That's the equation. X equals negative 3. That's it. Okay? It's pretty easy if you remember that little acronym. Look at number 18. Same thing. You look at the line. Obviously, I need to check in and see, oh, is that horizontal? Is that vertical? Well, clearly I know that this guy is a horizontal line. So what's coming to my mind is that hoi. I know it's Y equals, and hey, what number is that cutting through the Y-axis at?
0.
Not 0. This number right here, 7.
7.
That's the equation. Okay? Guys, that's it for the notes.